Look out! Grammar police in town. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. This is Almira 7. We're still on grammar. Now this week we're gonna discuss all about error identification. Now how can we spot errors in certain sentence? Now there are many types of error, and that is our focus of discussion this day. Now, what is wrong with this sentence? Can you tell me what's wrong with the sentence? By the time the baby learned to speak, his mother will have returned home. What could be the error in this sentence? Yes, something is wrong with the word learn. Why is it wrong? Now, you have noticed here that the subject is baby. Now let's find out what's the correct answer. It should be learns, because the subject baby is singular, so the verb must also be singular. So verbs with S are singular in meaning. Unlike nouns that when they are singular, we add S. But with verbs, once they end with S, it means that they are singular in meaning. So, what I'm trying to say is one way to look out for errors in a sentence is by checking whether the subject and the verb agree with one another. Let's have another one. What is wrong with this sentence? Can you point out the error in this one? Yes, you have planned. The batch president along with other officers have planned a big event for the graduating batch for quite some time. Now the subject here is president, not officers. Along with other officers is your intervening phrase, or in short, the word officers is the object of the preposition along with. Now we have here the subject is president with a singular, but have is plural. That is why there is something wrong with the subject and verb agreement. So how can we correct that? Change have to singular. And what's the singular form of have? You are correct, is has planned. So take note or keep this in mind that the one error that you need to look out for in a sentence is by checking that the subject and the verb agree with one another. How about this one? What is wrong with this sentence? Since yesterday, Allison has been suspecting that the prescribed medication had an effect on her sick mom's symptoms. Can you point out what do you think is the word here that make the sentence wrong? The answer is affect. You are correct. The word affect. Affect is actually a verb, but in here the word affect is used as a noun. So we need to change the word affect into a noun form. What is the noun form of affect? The correct answer is effect. You are correct. It should be, since yesterday, Allison has been suspecting that the prescribed medication had an effect on her sick mom's symptoms. So, keep that in mind. And what do you call this error? Sometimes we're having trouble with using the correct form of the word, especially if they differ only in terms of spelling. Let's say affect and effect. So if you try to analyze, there's only one difference, the first letter. Affect is a verb while effect is a noun. So but based on this sentence, we had here effect, which is a noun, not a verb. Okay, so the second error that we need to look out in a sentence or in a certain particular writing, that would be troublesome words. Let's check on this one. So we could be lie and lay. Lie and lay, take note of the difference. Lie and lay, it's a verb, but we say lie down, and lay would be for lay eggs. Advise is a noun, and advise with an S is actually a verb. Same also with can and may. Can, you can do it. May is on probability. Lose, the past tense would be lost it. Lose is actually something which is not tight. Same also with accept and accept. Accept is a verb, accept is a preposition. There is an adverb, there is a pronoun. They are, there is a contraction of they are. We also have to as a preposition, to which is a number, to which is an adverb. So I hope that we know how to differentiate one word from the other, and the form itself or what part of speech, so we know how to use them correctly. How about this one? What is wrong with the sentence? What is the troublesome word in here that made the sentence wrong or erroneous? Yesterday, our biology teacher further discussed the consequences of algae in water. What is wrong with this one? Yes, farther. Farther would refer to distance. Now, what is supposedly the correct word in here? It should be further or in addition. So yesterday, our biology teacher further discussed the consequences of algae in water. So still, this is something to do with troublesome words. So what's one thing that we need to look out in writing a sentence would be to check whether we have used the word correctly based on its meaning and form. So the second error is troublesome word. How about this one? Neither the coaches nor the artist in the voice will prepare for the sudden changes in the flow of the live show last night. What could be wrong with the sentence? Now, the answer here is will prepare. The verb will prepare. Why is it wrong? Let's find out what could be the correct answer. Yes, it's prepared. Neither the coaches nor the artist in the voice prepared for the sudden changes in the flow of the live show last night. Now, if you noticed, we have used future tense earlier. Will prepare, but you have here a time marker last night. So why did you use future tense of the verb when you have here time marker last night? So in short, this is confusing. Therefore, we need to change the verb. It should be prepared, right? So here, the error, or you can also say neither the coaches nor the artist in the voice were prepared. So here, it could be active voice prepared or passive voice were prepared, still past form of the verb because you have here the time marker last night. One error that we need to look out in grammar is what we call the use of verb tense. Now take note that the time marker itself would tell us what particular tense are we going to use. So you have to check whether it's present, past, or future to know the correct tense of the verb. Now, how about this one? We take a look at these examples. The students answered the quiz. The students had answered the quiz before the teacher posted another assignment. The students had been answering the quiz for half an hour before the visitors entered the room. Now, if you notice, you have here past tense, answered. We have here had answered and past tense of the verb. So this could be correct. This could be what we call perfect tense of the verb. This is actually the first action had answered. The second action is in the past tense. To know the difference. So the student had answered first, completed the first action before another action took place. Or it could be progressive, perfect progressive form, and then you have here entered. So as much as possible, do not mix your tenses, because when you mix your tenses, it will create confusion among your readers. So if not necessary, make sure to use one tense at a time. If it's past tense, then past tense. If not necessary, do not switch your tense of the verb. Now, the teacher will give a quiz. The teacher will have given a quiz before the class is introduced to a new lesson. The quiz will have been given before the teacher introduces a new lesson. Here, we have future tense, future perfect tense. This is matched with, we can combine future perfect tense and present tense of the verb. This one is present passive, is introduced. And therefore, it's okay to combine future tense with present tense. Will have been given is future perfect, and then you have here present tense of the verb. Now, the first one is in the future perfect. This one is future perfect passive, and then you have here present tense of the verb. Now, the future perfect will give us an idea that this is the first action that have been completed, have been perfected before in the future, before another action takes place in the future. So this one would tell us that this is the second action. So, one thing that we need to remember, one error in a form of tenses. So do not mix your tenses as much as possible. You cannot combine 3 tenses in one sentence if not necessary. That if you want to mix the tenses, make sure to come up with your time marker based on the meaning of your sentence.